Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, forever and ever. So let it be true. Love, honor, and respect to Yahweh, the creator of the earth and the universe, and to his holy son, Yahweh Shai, that all his brothers are waiting for his great return, the greatest event that will ever happen. And we're living in the times of tribulation. We're living in the end days, and this is it. Double honors to GMS, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramlam, Apostle Rakal, all the other apostles, the 4 major prophets, the minor prophets, and the hopeful elect, the 144,000 brothers who are doing the work on the highways and the byways, who are pushing the word of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, the ancient Hebrew name of the Most High and his holy Son. Out here risking our lives every day. But we do it for Yahweh. We do it for his holy Son who died for us. So it's now time for us to die for him. So and today is part 4 of America will see hell on earth. This land of America, from New York to Los Angeles to Seattle to Miami and all the cities in between, hell is about to fall upon this land. And I'm talking about anarchy, chaos, sorrow, famine, everything you could think of that's in this holy book is going to fall upon this land, just like it did in ancient Egypt when Moses told the Pharaoh, let my people go. Well, the same thing's happening now. All the prophets are here, all the apostles are here, all the people of the holy book are here in America. And we say every day, let our people go. But you have us in chains and slavery and you persecute us every day. But we'll keep on fighting. We're the only ones who hold the holy book and who are fighting against the devil. So this brother's going to start in the holy book of Revelation.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants.
Woe to the inhabitants of the people of this earth.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil has come down to you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has a short time.
That's right, the devil. We know who these devils are. Satan's children who run America, starting with the Rothschild family and the whole banking rich cartel families who run this earth. 2/3 of this earth. They want the whole world, though. You know, the only ones that the Most High set up against them is Russia and Iran. And the Middle East is going to be, they're going to fight against this system. But the Most High setting them all up because they're all demons. All these nations are demons. So the Most High, he's warning, and the heavens are rejoicing, the angels of heaven, because they're about to come down with Yahweh Shai. They're waiting for the Most High to give them the green light, because they're going to come down to rescue who? To rescue the elect, starting with the apostles all the way down to the great multitude. We're in the end days, and when it says the devil has come down, he has a short time, because he knows he has a short time, so he's going to try to wipe out anybody that's reading this holy book who's in this truth. He has a short time, and then hell's going to break loose on earth. It's going to be evil times, bad times that's coming. And that's why we're out here giving warning. I have 8 channels, and I'm probably going to have 14 channels. I just keep on making more, because it needs to go out there. People are seeing it from all over the world. And other brothers' camps and all over, people are seeing it. But it's only a remnant that's going to be saved. So you're in the book of now?
The book of Revelations, chapter 17, verse 1. It says, then one of the 7 angels who had the 7 vials came and talked with me, saying to me, come, I will show you the judgment of the great harlot who sits on many waters.
That's that great prostitute, which is America. She's that whore who sits on the beast, the old Roman Empire. She's that great prostitute that John the Beloved seen. Because he was the last apostle to be alive. All the apostles were chased down and murdered. But Apostle John the Beloved, he lasted the longest. And he was the one that was on the island of Patmos. That's over there around the Greek islands. You know, all up in that area. There's a lot of islands in that area where a lot of Hellenists, our brothers, were dwelling. And the Hellenist is a brother from the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levite, like the Sicilians, the Calabrians, Neapolitans, all those type of brothers were out. They used to be out in the eastern islands over there by that island of Patmos. The Romans, they didn't kill him, they just banished him to the island. And he was writing, the Most High put the Spirit on him. All the prophets, he put the Spirit on them, and the apostles to write. The other apostle would be Paul. A lot of the books were written by the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem. He had the men write it down. But the Word of God was already written. It's the Most High's mind. It was written before He created the earth. You always got to remember that. But John had to write it on paper, on a scroll, and he lived to well over 100 years. So this is John. The angels are showing him who the great prostitute is. Go on.
This is verse 2. With whom the kings of the earth committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth were made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
And what is that? They practice that sexual immorality, and they become drunk, and it was that poison of America. Great poison came out of this land, this great prostitute. Fraud, pedophilia, all the abominations, everything that's against this holy book. That's why it says the nations were drunk. They were drunk by the lies and deceit of this land, and all the nations, including America. America's number one of the persecution of the saints. Go on.
It's verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit unto the wilderness, and I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast, which was full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
That 10 heads and 7 horns is the beast, that old Roman Empire that we came out of in the ancient times. All the apostles and all the prophets came out of that during that time of the old ancient Roman Empire. Before that was the Greek, Alexander the Great, and when he dropped dead, the Most High put him to sleep. You had the 4 great generals that ruled from Egypt. They had the north, south, east, and west. They ruled that whole Mediterranean area. But the Roman Empire comes out of that Greek Empire, which is the Esau. He's the devil. But you had Jakes, Judah, Benjamin, Levite living into that Mediterranean, the Hellenists, and then you have brothers that were in Jerusalem that never left the holy city. But the Roman Empire ruled the holy city, ruled the land of Israel, ruled the whole Mediterranean, ruled Africa, ruled the part of that world that was the real world, because this side of the world really no one knew. But the ancient prophets, they knew that the 10 tribes were over here in America, Central and South America. But the ancient power was the old Roman Empire.
Verse 4. The woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls, having in her hand a golden cup.
And that's that great wealth. That's that wealth of America. Unlimited wealth. America has unlimited wealth. That's that jewelry and that temptation of money and sorcery, magic, everything that's evil. Go on.
It says, having in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication.
And that abominations is the whoredom of this land. They break all the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And and all their spells, magic, warlocks, Hollywood, pedophilia, everything that's evil, that's against this holy book. Go on.
Verse 5, and on her forehead a name was written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and of the abominations of the earth. Verse 6, and I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. When I saw her, I marveled with great amazement.
I want you to go back where it talks about killing other prophets. I'm trying to find that. Well, yeah. When it goes back to verse 4. Verse 4, when it talks about that she had that gold cup. That gold cup was of obscene and filthy things, which these leaders of America and these nations of the beast, which is Europe, and these nations, they say filthy, obscene names against God. They say the worst cuss words towards the Most High, because they know who the Most High is, how He looks at everything's explained in this holy book, and they know who the apostles are, and they know who the prophets are, and they hate us, and they hate the God who created us, because He's coming back for Judah, Benjamin, Levite, and from all the way down to Issachar. Go on from verse 5. On her forehead.
Verse 5, and on her forehead a name was written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and of the abominations of the earth.
She's the great prostitute, and she's friends with all the perverts of the world, which are these nations. Go on.
And I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua.
The blood of the saints. This is not talking about people over there, those Zionists in Israel and that part of the world. Those are not the tribes. The tribes are here. She had what? The blood of what?
Of the saints.
The blood of the saints. She's been killing this since America started, with the murdering of the tribe of Reuben, the tribe of Gad here in America, the slaughter that happened here, that they keep on the down low. They have a few movies and documentaries, but you don't know the whole scope of the murdering of the tribes. And then with the slavery of the Negroes that were pushed from West Africa to America. They used to throw the babies into the lakes out there in Florida to the alligators. So it started from then, but there's going to be a great persecution against us brothers that are pushing the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Starting with the apostles on down, there's going to be a time where they're going to shut down YouTube, they're going to shut down social media, they're going to shut down, and they're going to start the hunting. They're going to hunt the brothers. They're going to start hunting.
It's already begun.
That's right.
And what hunting for what though?
They're going to hunt us, the ones that are bringing out the truth of this holy book. They're going to be cutting our heads off.
What book is it?
The holy book.
Really?
The King James Version. The 1611.
Well,
We're the only ones that are speaking the truth. We're the ones that are warning the people of what's to come, which is
it's
concentration camps. They got the guillotines.
over. It's the hospital.
Well, America it's a sick.
It's the hospitals and the jails.
Yeah.
Those are the concentration.
But it's going to get worse. They're actually going to have.
Not really.
Well, they're going to do it right now. They feed people in prison. There's going to be a time there ain't going to be no. They're not going to be feeding nobody.
It's going on for hundreds of years, probably.
But it's going to get worse.
Of what pretty much not really that much developed beyond the 1980s, other than smartphones.
But it's getting worse by the year. It's getting worse. Yeah, it's getting worse. It's going to be a time where you see the people sitting under that bridge.
What? Yeah.
There's going to be a time they're not going to have that freedom. They're going to come when martial law comes. They're going to pick everybody up.
How many? Do you know how many levels of martial law we're in? We've been in martial law since the Civil War.
Well, you really don't have freedom. We know that.
There was a problem with the judiciary establishment, like by 1790. There's been a level of martial law since then. Not to mention the state of relationship between the District of Columbia and all of the states is technically martial of the District of Columbia as not a state and as something else.
Well, you know what people are the most persecuted on this land?
I'm trying to
Cherokees.
get statistics. I don't
We know about persecution.
It's
Cherokees,
probably
Blackfeet,
animals, I
Seminoles,
think technically the chickens.
chickens.
Chickens are stacked so close that they stomp each other to death.
We're
I'm
talking
I'm
about
not talking about things with personhood or personship.
we're talking
I'm
about
talking
people.
about animals.
Yeah, we're talking about people, not animals. The people that have been most persecuted on this land were the Native Americans and the Negroes in slavery. That's what we're bringing up. But now, our curses that were on us are now
you
is
sure
going.
it's not gay people?
Curses now are going to go on
I
the.
think it's actually probably gay people.
Oh, come on. We don't even care about
Really,
that.
not
We don't
that
even
would
care about
actually
no.
exist.
They're
I
not.
don't think it's possible to actually be gay, but the sexual preference.
I'm not even
of
going to bring that up on here because they'll
has
turn
been
me off on
persecuted
that.
probably more than
Alls
any
I know-
other preference.
No, they were never in slavery. They were never the people you're talking. They're not in. They're not.
I'm one. I can attest to it.
They're not in slavery and they're not persecuted. They pounce around America freely, and
Some of them.
most of them are millionaires. They're living a
Ones
good
who
life.
choose not to actually.
But right now we're talking about the tribes.
According to the preference
Yeah,
of the
we're-
rich fucks, those are the ones that are persecuted. I'm one of them.
No, you got to do what you got to do. All I know is the curses that were on us is now going to go on the white man. They're going to lose everything.
I don't know.
They're going into
I doubt
concentration
it.
camps. But hey, we're in a busy right here. Have a good time. Go on. Go on.
I highly suggest actually you try to study finances instead of trying to scare people.
Finances. The
Extremely
finances is over. Wall Street's finished. America gets pieces of paper, puts a white man's face on it, and say it's money.
It
What?
is.
You're telling me that's finances?
It is.
That's fraud. It's
No, it's
paper.
not.
It's worthless.
No, it's worse
Yes,
than
it's-
digital. Right
It's
now,
it's
way worse
digital.
than digital.
The Most High is gonna. There ain't gonna be no more digital.
The United States dollar is worth more than gold.
Hey, you're totally out of your mind. You're one of the sheep. You're a sheep. That money's made up money. It's all the nations are gonna come against America. It's over. It's over.
It's
Everybody
like that for
sees. Hold on.
millennia.
Everybody sees America's fraud and that paper. You think paper's real? Go on your
I don't
bike.
know how else to get drunk.
Jump on your bike and go right into that train. We're busy over here. Go on. We don't no more. It's the end of conversation. You think paper's real? Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Go on. That's why I said when devils are always coming out of the woodwork. Man, this is unbelievable. Go on.
Verse 5. And on her forehead a name was written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and of the abominations of the earth.
Yeah, go on.
It says verse 6, and I saw the
She's the
woman.
abomination. See, we have this demon, man. I already knew it was good. This is a hot topic right here. I don't even know if this video is even gonna make it out on YouTube tonight because they don't even strike me no more. They just take the videos off. They don't even tell me nothing. It's gone. Go on. Go where it says she was a great this is an abomination. Numbers back.
It says, verse 4, the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls, having in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication. And on her forehead a name was written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and the abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when
Those martyrs are who? That's that great persecution that's coming upon the brothers who were loyal to who? Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, who is loyal to Yahushai, who are pushing the word, who are out in the streets, who are putting these videos on the internet, who are loyal to the Son of God, the Son of the Most High. You think they're going to be killing people? They're going after people that are at the ball games, the basketball games, no, they're coming after us. But other people are going to get caught up when everything just falls apart. Go on.
When I saw her, I marveled with great amazement.
John was marveled when he's seen America. He's seen all these buildings, 100-story buildings, the Empire State Building. He marveled at the wealth, the power, the superpower of America. Go on. Of our military might. That was it. I thought you guys were going to go to where, all the way down to what was it? All right, that's good. We go to Matthew. Okay. We're going to go to the Holy Book of Matthew.
To the book of Matthew, chapter 23, and verse 29. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you build the tombs of the prophets and adorn the monuments of the righteous. Then
Verse 29. How terrible for you, you teachers. Okay. So right here, this is Yahushua. He's predicting the punishment that's going to come down on 2/3 of our people and these false prophets. You see these churches, these hypocritical churches. So he says in verse 29, how terrible for you, teachers of the law, and you Pharisees, you hypocrites, you make fine tombs for the prophets and decorate the monuments for those who lived the good lives. These are those false prophets. Go on.
This is verse 30. And say, if we had lived in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
All right, because those false prophets accuse the real prophets of being not the real prophets. So Israel, the tribes, going back from the ancient times, was a hypocritical nation. They went after the true men of God, which gave them warnings to change their ways, but they refused, just like we're out here and we're warning our people. We're warning all the nations what's coming. But our people come after us and they slander us and they try to make false accusations against us. Go on.
Verse 31. Therefore, you are witnesses against yourselves that you are sons of those who murdered the prophets.
That's right. They're the descendants. And that's why all this stuff is happening in Chicago and Atlanta, New York City, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, South Central Los Angeles, all over the United States, Oakland, Miami. And you see all these people getting slaughtered is because their ancestors were evil and wicked back then and now. They still refuse the word of God. And they refuse and they turn their back against the apostles and the prophets and the servants of God. Go on.
Verse 32. Fill up then the measure of your father's guilt. Serpents, brood of vipers, how can you escape the condemnation of hell?
All our people, 2/3 of our people are a bunch of snakes, vipers, a brood of vipers. They're demons. And I don't feel sorry for what's coming upon them. We're only here for the elect. Go on.
Verse 34, therefore indeed I send you prophets, wise men, and scribes. Some of them you will kill and crucify, and some of them you will scourge in your synagogues and persecute from city to city.
That was in the ancient times. We were out there holding the scrolls, and what were they doing? They were chasing us down. They were killing us, whipping us, throwing us in prison, and chasing us from city to city, from town to town, because we had the truth, just like we have the truth today. We're out here, we're being persecuted. You get demons riding their bikes, walking, they throw things at us. Go on. We're dealing with demons.
Drugs. He was saying, how else can I get money for my drugs? That's what he said.
Yeah, that's a devil. And he just came out of nowhere, man. I could just feel the spirit. Just with this lesson, I can just feel a bunch of demons, man. I can feel it. We got demonic forces, man. Spiritual forces all around us. Go on.
Verse 35. That on you may come all the righteous bloodshed on the earth, from the blood of righteous.
That's all the murder of all the innocent men that you killed and your ancestors. That's why you're paying back. That's why you have curses. That's why there's curses on the tribes. Because you refuse the Almighty God, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, in this holy book, and God had men rising up early to preach this word, and you rejected it.
It says, from the blood of righteous Abel to the blood of Zechariah, son of Berechiah, whom you murdered between the temple and the altar.
That's right. They've been doing this from the beginning, all the way back to Moses. They were persecuting Moses, all the way down to all the prophets, the minor prophets, all the brothers that were following. You have the 7,000 men. You know, you had Elijah, you had Elisha. They were all being chased down. You think we don't live in a building with air conditioning and in a church like these pastors and the Roman Catholic, the Pope, and all these fake Baptist, Pentecostals, all these people that you see on TV, these fakes, these phonies, these multi-millionaires. We live right here behind. This is the house of mourning. The whole house is boarded up. There's only a couple windows there and there, but mostly everything is boarded up. This is the house of mourning. We're persecuted. Right when the sun goes down, 1,000 rats try to come into this house, man. It's like the government came and they unloaded a bunch of rats. They try to come in here, man, so they can eat these holy books. The men of God are persecuted. We have all the elements is against us. The rulers of this world is Satan and his children until Yahushua comes. Then it's going to be the time of Jacob. Jacob is the beginning of the world. Esau is the end of the world. But right now, all the demons rule the world. All your presidents, governors, mayors are demons, and we're persecuted day and night. Once you get in this truth, cookies are not gonna come down and land on your lap with ice cream and lollipops. Those are the people's false prophets. They're living in La La Land. We're living in the real world. Go on.
Verse 36, assuredly I say to you, all these things will come upon this generation.
And that's coming down back then in this generation, the last generation. And there's going to be great sorrow, mourning. A lot of mournings coming every day. I turn on the news. Someone's getting put to sleep on the highways and the streets. I see a bunch of babies and little children getting shot. I mean, parents killing their kids killing the parents. It's beyond. It's carnal, evil. It's demonic what's happening in this world. Go on.
Verse 37. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the one who kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to her, how often I wanted to gather your children together.
And that Jerusalem, he's talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, starting with the tribe of Judah, Benjamin and Levi, all the way down. He's talking to the people. We were there in the ancient times. Now all the tribes are here in America. So when he says Zion or Jerusalem, the holy city, it's talking about us, starting with the apostles, the prophets. But right here is talking about all the 2/3 that God, Yahushua, this is him. He wanted to hug Jerusalem. He wanted to give them comfort. He wanted to give them true life. He wanted to give them everything they ever dreamed of holiness, of goodness, of food and everything. But our people rejected Yahushua. They rejected the apostles. They rejected the prophets. They rejected the servants of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And Yahushua was the greatest prophet. He was the greatest of them all. Greater than all of us put together. And he wanted to hug and comfort the people. But our people are evil and wicked, and the nations are totally demonic. Go on.
It says, I wanted to gather your children together as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, but you were not willing. See, your house is left to you desolate.
It was desolate back then. He warned them about the Romans, that they were going to come and destroy the holy temple. They were going to burn the holy city. That was 70 AD, and that's coming right now in America. And all the American cities where all the tribes are, there's going to be great persecution, and your house is going to be desolate. I don't care how much money you got, how much gold you have saved, how much property you got. Guess what? It's going to be burned down to the ground. How you like that? It's going to be desolate. That's coming from Yahushua. That's coming from his mouth. That's coming from this holy book. We're giving you that warning. It's coming. Great wrath, not only to our people, but all these Crete nations. They're gonna get they're gonna get they're gonna be falling into the trap too. Because the Rothschilds, they want to eliminate the population. Go on.
This is verse 39. For I say to you, you shall see me no more till you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord Yahweh.
Yeah, the only ones that are going to be blessed is the apostles down to the servants of God who call upon the ancient Hebrew name of God, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Go on. All right, so let's jump down to 18 and we're going to go into the holy book of Revelation chapter 18 verse 7 to 10. So all this stuff, when this all breaks down, going back to Revelations 12 and 12, where it says he has a short time, the devil is going to come with great wrath. It's about to happen. There's wrath, there's evil happening now. People dying, and all kinds of things are happening with violence, death. But once Wall Street collapses, and there's going to be, I gotta watch what I say. Like I said, they'll turn this video down. There's just going to be anarchy in America. Just like that new movie they just came out, The Purge. This purge is forever. There's going to be purging all over the land. It's going to be anarchy. And if they turn off the lights, and that, they're going to blame it on Russia and Iran. What do they call it? EMT? No, EMP? My fault. They throw one of those where it just knocks out the electricity grid, and the electric grid goes out. There ain't gonna be no running water. There ain't gonna have no electricity. And man, you think it's bad now? It's gonna put that on 100 times more, man. They did a thing. I think it was if it happened for 1 year, there will only be like 10% of the population will be alive. So a lot of things are gonna happen. They're gonna, like I said, they're gonna do this. You know who's doing this? But don't blame it on Russia and Iran. They got shows on it. That's who they're gonna blame. But things are going to get ugly here in America. Just a few feet from us, there's like 15 tents. People are just posting up all over the city of Denver, Colorado, and all the cities and states. They're all posting up, homeless people. People are getting kicked out, dragged out of their houses with the SWAT team. Go on.
Revelations 18, verse 7. In the measure that she glorified herself and lived luxuriously, in the same measure give her torment and sorrow. For she says in her heart, I sit as a queen, and am no widow, and will see no sorrow.
That's her arrogance. That's the land of America is arrogant. That Israel, the Zionists, and Europe, the beast, that old Roman Empire, they're arrogant people. They believe they're never going to see no suffering. Starting with the top, though, that's America. The most powerful, richest nation on earth, luxury, but it was all by blood of the nations. They went around and they took whatever they wanted. It was all by blood. All that, all these so-called rich, these Rothschilds, these banking families going down to those bums on Forbes magazine. They said the richest people. Those are not the richest. Those are on the low end of the Rothschilds. But they got their businesses by blood. They took land and they removed people unjustly. They're the people who dishonored this holy book and did everything evil on the left-hand side.